Hello, I'm Joseph Delaney, and I'm the writer of the Spooks Apprentice series. And I've just written another one. It's called Brother Wulf, and it'll be published on May the 16th this year. It features Tom and Alice Ward. Grimalkin also puts in an appearance, but then the story itself is told by Wulf, the boy hero. I'm going to read an extract. I've not got the book. It'll be probably a couple of months before I get my hands on a copy myself. So I'm going to have to read you the text straight off my screen. So here it is, part of the first 2 chapters. Thunder crashed and devil lightning forked above me as I trudged up the achingly steep hill towards the Chippenden village. Grey clouds cloaked the top of the fells, and I knew that rain would soon follow the warning sounds of the thunderstorm. It'd be dark in less than an hour, and I dreaded to think what that would mean for me, a lone traveller in the county. I shivered. I quickly picked up my pace, and when I finally reached the village's cobbled streets, I swiftly entered the first shop that I saw. 2 big pigs' heads, like bookends, were positioned at each end of a long, blood-stained wooden counter, but this was certainly no library. Rather than leather-bound tomes, between each head was a long row of pork chops. A large man stood behind the counter, eyeing me suspiciously, and it seemed they didn't welcome strangers here, but never mind. I was on a mission. Excuse me, sir, I asked the butcher, but where can I find the local spook? Mr. Ward. The man stared down at me for a long time, whilst wiping his hands on his apron. And what would someone of your persuasion be wanting with a spook boy, he asked, looking me up and down. Sorry, it's problems with the technology. I knew I must be a strange sight. I was a novitiate, a trainee monk, in my first year of training, and my clothing made that plain for all to see. My habit consisted of a black tunic tied at the waist with a leather belt and fitted with a hood. Additionally, I wore an overshirt, and that indicated my lowly position. Priests didn't usually have many dealings with spooks. We don't hold with the way they confront the dark, without the use of prayer and meditation, and think it an unholy business. For that reason, most won't even allow a dead spook to be buried on holy ground, so I could see that my asking for one would seem very peculiar indeed. I'm here on behalf of someone who needs his help very badly. Help? Against the dark? The butcher asked, resting his elbows on the blood-stained counter. I nodded, not wishing to get into details. I've been racing to get here as fast as I could for 2 days, and I couldn't waste time being questioned like this. I needed to find this spook as soon as possible. You mean to say you couldn't sort out the problem with prayer? Well, that doesn't surprise me, the butcher said, his voice full of sarcasm. What's causing the trouble? A boggart? No, sir. It's a witch, I explained, trying to stay calm and not betray my impatience. The butcher laughed out loud at that, though I couldn't see the funny side of it at all. Witches were powerful and dangerous, and all too real, as I discovered recently. Finally, the man led me outside, and he pointed up the deserted street. There's a lane leads north out of the village, towards a big house in some trees. That's where the spook lives. But don't go up the path if you value your life. It's guarded by a savage boggart, and it'll rip you to pieces as soon as you enter the garden. Take the narrow track to the northeast. It'll bring you to a crossroads beneath a large copse of willow trees. You'll find a bell hanging there. Ring it, and the spook will come out to you. That's providing he's not away on business. And in that case, you might have a very long wait indeed. I listened carefully. I wasn't sure that the butcher had his facts right. I knew that boggarts were dangerous, and spooks hunted them down and killed them. So why would one guard a spook's house and garden? It seemed very unlikely. Thanks for your help, I said dubiously, and I set off up the street, glad to be away at last. Then after a few seconds, I heard a shout, and I turned back. Hey, the butcher yelled, and I saw him grinning. Do witches scare you, boy? I nodded. It was the truth. Well, be prepared to be scared some more. There's something you should know about our local spook. He lives with a witch. Well, that's okay for now. I'll probably be back within a few weeks to do you another reading. Thanks very much for listening.